Hello and welcome to Forces of Destruction. This will be battle report number 6, Dwarves versus the Evil Skaven. Running the same list as my last battle report. A little paint and play at the house here. My buddy, I thought I was going to be maybe facing Bretonnian, but he wanted to give his Dwarves a shot. After he saw me play the High Elves, he thought he had a pretty good chance against me. I got the same list as I had. Organ Gun, 10 Iron Drakes, Gyro Eagle, some hammers there with my hero, my Thane in there. My Great Weapon Warriors, and then a cannon with the Rune of Forging and the Rune of Fire. My hero has the +1 wound, +1 toughness, 2-up armor save with the hammer or the weapon that gives him double strength against toughness 5. Again, not going to be a factor in this battle, but I kind of like the build. It gives me something to, I don't know, I'll play them a little bit. It's my first time out with Dwarves, really. So here's my Skaven opponent, Lightning Cannon. He's got a big block of slaves. He's got Clan Rats, Storm Vermin, and Plague Monks. He's got a Grey Seer and a BSB and a Warlord, all in the Clan Rat unit there that he's got his hand over. He's on deployment. He's got me out deployed. Drops. I do get the +1 to go first, which I like that. But he decides to. When he deploys his army, I start with my gyrocopter bird just to see where he's going to start placing. He puts his slaves down, and then I put my hammers down, figure what the heck, just get them in the middle. And then he continued deploying off to the left side. So we're kind of offset from each other, which is okay. He's got magic and a lightning cannon. He's got his doom wheel on the far left side. But I got a little side view of the board here. I'll be able to see. So we're pretty far away from each other. Got my Iron Drakes kind of hanging out in the corner. And he's got nothing over here. I would like to fly my bird copter over to the left, but I don't want the zap from the doom wheel getting him. So it kind of limits me. And as far as where I can go. But just going to have to kind of close the distance with my movement of 6 on the march and see what I can do. So Dwarves win turn 1 with the +1. Fire my cannon at the doom wheel and I do 3 wounds to it. It does not go out of control or anything, so it's still there. It's kind of frustrating. I mean, it's got a lot of wounds. So I wasn't planning to kill it. I'm glad I hit it, but it would have been sure nice to get rid of that right away. But I did not. So moving into the center here, all I really did was moved up a little bit. I had moved my gyrocopter into the middle, making some long charges. He does try to charge it with those Clan Rats, and he fails by 1 inch. So it's kind of a gamble. I put him far enough away, so 17 away from the Plague Monks, force a frenzy check. He passed that, so he moves up the Storm Vermin and the Plague Monks, and it's everybody. So he did fail that charge. I was going to flee it, but I want to get behind him. I'm really want to start throwing that flame template down on a lot of these guys and aggravating them. Now you can see where I had moved up as much as I could with my guys there, and this is now the Skaven turn. He's throwing out some magic. He skitter leaps his guy over to the side of my battle line. He skitter leaps the Warlock Engineer with the Doom Wheel, or the Doom Rocket. Let's see what we got here. Wow, we're just skipping ahead there. Yeah, he fired a Doom Rocket on me, killed those Great Weapon Dwarves there. He also had moved him closest to his Doom Wheel. He failed his restraint and he zapped his own guy, so that was kind of nice. Charges his slaves into his hammers, and this is where I think he made a very big tactical mistake. He should have just faced off, because now he's giving me the whole flank with my Great Weapon guys and then turning me into the middle of the board. Everybody else moves up like that for the slaves. He's throwing like Scorch. He threw Scorch on my Iron Drakes. I let it go because it hit everybody in the unit, but I got a 2-up ward. I didn't even need it, actually. I ended up making 5 out of 5 armor saves on a 5-up, so that was pretty insulting to him. But the Iron Drakes are standing there, taking it. I'm hoping that the Storm Vermin unit has a flaming banner. A couple of Iron Drakes died to a warp lightning cannon, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that the Storm Vermin have a flame banner. I'm thinking about charging them and tying them up. If they do have a flame banner, they'll be there for a while. I just need to kind of protect this side of my hammers. I'm pretty sure I'm going to break those slaves, as I'm going to cause a lot of pain to those guys with the hatred. I had remembered this game hammers have 2 attacks each, so I take off a bunch of slaves. He's steadfast, leadership 10, so nothing really happens there. I know he wanted to tie up the hammers, and that's a smart thing, but he could have probably positioned those slaves where both my guys would be in the front, and then make me have to move my little stubby legs around to the side with my great weapons. So I get the charge off into the side there. I decide not to charge the Storm Vermin. I move up 3 inches. I think I'm in the way to block the Storm Vermin if for some freak reason I do not pop these slaves on a snake eyes or something. I don't want to give the side of my hammers to those guys. Although I'll be stubborn. I don't think he'll kill all of me, but just trying to protect them. And here's the battle here in the middle. He's about ready to see the fury of the dwarf with hatred. I've got 40 attacks into the side, rerolling misses, wounding on a 2-up with no save. So yeah, not a good day to be probably never a good day to be a Skaven slave, but today is even particularly bad day for that. And it's just that's after his attacks. He killed 1 hammer and 1 warrior. And the plague monks here are kind of out of position to do much of anything. If he charges my Iron Drakes with them, I'm gonna flee just to cause a failed charge. And so there's that. And here is post carnage. Slaves are popped. I did, I believe my great weapon guys alone did 22, maybe more than that, wounds. Not all my guys were in base contact. I think maybe they were, because they all strike the same time as the hammers. But yeah, that unit is obliterated, almost down to the last man. I think I killed all but 4 guys. And I reform to protect myself. Now the Skaven are in a bit of a quandary here. They got their 2 small units. I'm spending my shooting on just first turn I shot Clan Rat, second turn I pour all my shooting into the Storm Vermin. I had removed the Doom Wheel with my cannon, so that is gone. And then we go into the Skaven turn next. I may have just another picture here of the whole battle line. Yeah, it's looking okay. Like I said, the Iron Drakes, I mean, they're not slouches in combat. Strength 4, weapon skill 5, 4-up armor with a 6-up ward, 2-up against flaming, and they can stand and shoot since their weapons are quick to fire. But it all depends on what the plague monks decide to do. And on his turn, I believe the plague monks declare charge, and I flee with my Iron Drakes. He then declares a charge with his Storm Vermin against the Iron Drakes, and he does not get to where I'm at. I flee away from that, so double flee on that, and the Storm Vermin are now sitting very vulnerable to my hammers and my great. I was on the top there. I'm trying to decide what I should do. Charges Clan Rats or just move up. I'm thinking he's going to flee with them, but I know he probably wants to try to keep his general in close vicinity. So we checked the arc on the hammers, and they are in the flank of those Storm Vermin. So it's not going to be a good day for Storm Vermin. And I'll go ahead and let's see. Next thing is on this Skaven turn he goes for a spell, cracks call against my great weapons. It kills two of the three, or maybe three guys, and he rolls a miscast, and it's a bad one, strength 10. So he evaporates almost everybody in his unit except for maybe 2 clan rats, and his characters had passed their lookout sir. So that was not a good trade for a cracks call against just a couple guys. That's a unit after the cracks call, or after the miscast goes off. So they are not in a good position. I'm pretty sure that they will flee any kind of charge that I make on them. But so then oh yeah, because that was his turn that he failed the charge. So then we go into the dwarf turn, and I declare a charge against both the great weapons against clan rats, and he holds, and I'm surprised, and I fail the charge. Very, very predictable with me. And my hammers do make the charge, which is one that's most important. So I get into the flank of the storm vermin. I'm gonna give them what's coming to them with my hatred again. Re-rolling the misses. It's very nice. So just another picture of the same thing. And there's post combat. Looks like there's 2 storm vermin left alive. He flees, and I pursue, which is kind of odd because I missed the side of the plague monks, and I end up clipping the front of them. So I close the door. It's kind of an odd angle, so I slide right by the side and hit the front, and then I close the door. So he's got his plague monks. They're finally in battle again with my hammer. He's got his banner, so I know it's going to be bad. I just need to make sure I have a couple guys alive. My Iron Drakes rally from their heroic fleeing, and set for the Skaven turn. On the Skaven turn, he gets off Death Frenzy on his plague monks, so it's even going to be another attack. He's thrown quite a few attacks on my hammers, so couldn't stop the Death Frenzy. And then that's what's left after the combat. So I have a couple hammers alive, so I am stubborn and I hold, even though I lost by quite a bit. Very happy to hold. This is, I believe, my round of combat. My dwarves, I just moved them up 6 inches to get right in front. So he can't. If he tries to flee, I figured he'd run, so I just moved as close as I could. I didn't know if I need help with them with the plague monks. I went ahead and shot everything I had at those guys too. So my Iron Drakes moved up 3 inches and fired. My organ gun fired at it, and my cannon, it was a weird angle. I had to guess, or I had to put my range about 4 inches in front of them and missed, overshot. The lightning cannon I killed the turn before. So here we are again. I have 1 hammer left alive. I actually only lose the combat by 1 or 2, but I have 1 hammer left alive. I'm holding my own, and then I charge my Iron Drakes in to save the day. Charge the clan rats up at the top, and it's going to be quick work after this. He does kill my last hammer in the ensuing combat, but my Iron Drakes are enough to tip the scales. They are able to, between my Lord, or my hero, and my Iron Drakes, I win the combat. I killed his general in the ensuing combat before that, so he has no leadership bonus. He had only 1 rank, or not even a rank bonus. Flees, and I win the game. So hooray to the dwarves. That was a fun game, 1,500 points. I like the speed of that. It goes, compared to a 2,500 point game, pretty quickly. And again, I've got no magic, so my shooting's pretty concise. They just fire, and go. And it was a good game. My opponent, he was, after turn 1, and he had crack called my gyrocopter. I kind of forgot to mention that, but it really bummed me out. My helicopter fell into a crack in the ground and died. I was really looking forward to throwing down that flame template. He had a lot more tools than the elves did in the previous to deal with them, but everything worked out. Dwarves with that hatred is pretty wicked. Great game, great match. Stay tuned for some battle reports coming up. It's going to be my orcs against in a local tournament here. Should have some pretty interesting results. That is this weekend, so I'm looking forward to getting those up. Thanks for watching.